Hi, everybody. Welcome to this week's Coaching Minute. Today, we're going to talk about two little words that I hear probably 4 or 5 times a week in my coaching practice with executives. And those two nasty words are imposter syndrome. So it's fabulous that we have a phrasing or a wording for this thing that happens to us when we doubt our abilities, right? When we feel that hit in our confidence and we wonder if people are going to discover that we're not as amazing as they might think we are. So a couple things about imposter syndrome that I think you might find helpful. First of all, do not label yourself as somebody with ongoing imposter syndrome. It's not helpful. Usually, if you look closely, this is the voice in your head that pops up when you're about to apply for something or give a speech or do something that's big in your life or your career. That's when that little voice pops up. So it's not that you have imposter syndrome, right? You're having a moment of imposter syndrome. So don't join a support group for people who suffer from imposter syndrome, because then you're sort of reinforcing this label that is not a permanent label for you. The second thing is to just interrupt that voice, to notice the little voice in your head and interrupt it. So usually it's critical. It's saying things like, who do you think you are? And what if people find out? And you don't really know what you're doing and you're not as good. So you're not going to ever be able to kill that voice, but you can interrupt it. And the more you interrupt that pattern by noticing that it's happening, the quieter it gets. And then the last thing is to just really notice, when does it perk up? Like for me, if I'm fatigued, the voice in my head changes dramatically, right? That filter becomes negative for me. But what is it for you? Is it when you're put on the spot or backed into a corner or overwhelmed in your life? Where does that little unhelpful voice really crop up? All of these things will lead to reducing the impact that it has. And hopefully you've already figured out that you want to just disengage with that voice and proceed with the risky, wonderful, exciting thing that you were about to do. I hope this helps. Have a great week.